Important topic. About 6 months ago, I don't know if any of you saw the news that FedEx fired their biggest customer. Did anyone see that news? Their biggest customer being Amazon. Friend or foe? So who would have thought 15 years ago an online bookseller, Amazon, would be a cloud provider, would be going into the logistics business, would be going into the medical insurance business. So it's a changing world. We all know that. We all see changes around us with, Airbnb coming in and disrupting the hotel industry. So that's what we're going to talk about. How do companies deal with that? What does that mean for sales leaders? And as it turns out, digital leadership is really about business leadership. And I'll talk more about that later, but it's, some people might be in the room, might be a little intimidated by technology, and really it's about business leadership, cultural change. There's a lot of evidence that you can't actually be effective with technology without the organizations coming along. And in fact, technology changes much more rapidly than an organization can possibly change. So all of us as sales leaders and business leaders need to help our sellers and our organizations move forward. So I'm going to start out with a few facts about the changing landscape digital's making. So 30% of businesses are monetizing their information assets. That's going to 100%. If you're not doing that, you'll be out of business. So what does that look like? Think about LinkedIn. LinkedIn is arguably the biggest career database on the planet, and we all willingly give them our data, put our CVs and resumes into the database. LinkedIn is taking that digital asset and monetizing it. And the way they're doing that, well, many ways they're doing that, but one way I want to highlight is they're working with companies and countries to help them build a workforce of the future. So for example, they're working with the country of Singapore, and they're looking at the current skill profile they have in the country and what they believe is needed to be competitive in the future, and then building a skilling plan using LinkedIn training resources and charging for that service. So they're taking the data that they have as an asset and now monetizing it. So that's one example. And when you think about companies with products like hard products, like airplanes, like Boeing, they sell predictive analytics for fuel and maintenance optimization to about 300 airlines. So they're in the data delivery business. And this is common across all industries. Goodyear tires, they look at the wear of tires by vehicle type in different cities, and they then take that data, they sell it back to the automotive industry, brake manufacturers, et cetera. So that's what I mean about monetizing digital assets. It's usually high value, high margin data, or it's a more profitable business to wrap that kind of data services around a product. So 84% of CEOs expect digital selling to increase profit margins. Digital selling meaning how are you going to add value to the product or service you're offering, leveraging that data. So that has implications for sellers and sales leaders. Companies that digitally transform, get 100 million more annually in operating income. So a lot of evidence again. And 60% of digital strategies will drive 60% of the IT spend. And 60% of companies, of CEOs, plan to build out digital capabilities in-house. And what that means is they're looking at how important and mission critical these digital capabilities are. And so, yes, companies are using cloud services for scale and compute, but there's a lot of work also being done in-house, which is an opportunity as well.